You go to a cafe, order 1 cup of coffee, pay it, waiting for your coffee. The time you get it, I went to space and come back now. What? What did you say? One far set towards our Earth. The real space travel is not only one far set towards the Earth. Say, SpaceX travels around the Earth. Great! And no one always compete with each other for something. Is this a new game for men to compete on who lasts longer? In terms of expensive tickets, so far their confirmative customers are basically from a millionaires club, the super rich. Why? Why do some want to take a tour into space?
Ready, go!
Childish dream and adventurous spirit. Like many young girls once dream of becoming a princess, many young boys once dream of being... Sorry, not Mr. Right. Many young boys once dreamed of being Superman, flying into sky and traveling to space before they grew up and put their foot down to the ground, being aware of how hard they have to study mathematics, physics, and so on, and how expensive they will get to pay for this dream. Wow. On the way of their growth, cartoon, science fiction movies are most common and best catalyst for supporting this dream to go further, even if the young boys grow up. Particularly in the age of movies and videos, special effect techniques allow the audience to experience what they have imagined in the mind. Early in late 1960s, the genius director Stanley Kubrick has completed the extraordinary movie 2001: A Space Odyssey. And since late 1970s, thousands of audiences have started to obsess on the series of Star Wars movies. So far, many outstanding science fiction movies have provided extraordinary visual stimulations as well as profound ponders on many humans' fatal themes, helping generations to open their minds and plant seeds of going space as well. In the real world, past thriving achievements during the Cold War have also encouraged the childish dream to grow and thrive, and indicated the dream could come true. Besides the landmark of moon landings in the 1970s, for the last half century, totally 587 astronauts have gone to the space and see our beautiful Earth truly around with their own eyes, and to explore numerous marvelous attempts that used to come up and lay in scientists' minds and on their research papers. Among them, the longest individual duration is 437 days, and there are 2 astronauts took 7 trips, the maximum to the space. Amazingly, by 21st century, thanks to many robot programs and operations in the International Station, we humans have detected the most new space samples than ever before that are waiting for our next generations to study harder to discover their mass. How could adventurous spirit has been rooted in those geeks and genius genes? Psychologically, being or loving adventurous is one of personality type, especially on male. Commercialized development rise. Early in the 1960s, when Apollo accomplished the very first moon landing, Baron Hilton, president of Hilton Hotels, then described his vision for a hotel on the moon. In reality, this commercialized new field has started in Russia in 1990s, when the Russia aerospace industry searched for fundings in post-Cold War era, and from 1990s to 2000s, Russia used to become the only option available for those looking for this kind of extreme adventure. During this period, by paying 20 to 30 United States millions, there were totally 8 super rich customers traveled to the space and successfully arrived at the international space. The average duration was about 10 days. On the other hand, the story in the United States has not changed until early 2000s, until Elon Musk has adventurously and creatively developed his private SpaceX company. Although it has been many familiar crashes for the last 20 years, never has this iconic man given up his dream. SpaceX's ultimate goal is human settlement of Mars. Sending paying customers to space is an intermediate step. Musk says he hopes to show that space travel can be done easily and that tourism might provide a revenue stream to support the development of larger, Mars-focused Starship system. Moreover, such commercialized mania has been led up in the millionaire club worldwide. Richard Branson and his Britain Virgin Galactic and Jeff Bezos and his Blue Origin have leaped into this new field. Interestingly, those three giants have quickly become the first competitors in the early age of space tourism development. Their touristic programs are offering different types of programs for customers worldwide. A new capital game. Like many other promising new fields, during the initiative period, huge amounts of risky investments are definitely very much needed, thanks to the age of venture capital. So far, these three boys and many other venture capital companies have invested millions of money into this new rising market. Other private companies in China also follow this wave at a fast pace. A report from CGR 12.4% during forecast period. In order to attract more attention and investments besides simply having fun and showing off and Euro social status, these three players have laid out their imaginary and controversial blueprints. As you probably have heard that Elon Musk would love to die on the Mars to achieve his ambition. Jeff Bezos had called for moving trash and polluting industries out into the space for clearing our planet. It's hard to say those crazy ideas will find their ways, but one thing is certain in business. The first teams in the new field will be easier to become monopoly, taking long shares of market and making a lot of more money. Also, the rise of space tourism results from a society disorder in venture capital industry. After 2012, when the rising trend of the internet business came to decline, venture capital can't wait to see another new and stunning field and industry bloom, and to recreate a suspended business boom. Like many other cases in business history, the very first step is to invest a huge amount of money to support the superstars and to create a captivating bubble in the market. So, do you think space tourism a value or a waste? Would you like to go? If you have a chance to do so,